The popularity of Tesla is growing every day. In 2020, Tesla sold 500,000 cars. In 2021, it's predicted that they will close out the year selling around 900,000 plus cars. They continually update their cars in small but effective ways and are currently beginning production at 2 brand new factories. One is in the US and one is in Berlin. These factories will add to their vehicle output and result in even more of their cars being available around the world. Today, we're going to break down each one of their cars, which one could be right for you, and which one may be getting updated soon, so let's get into it. To start off with, let's talk about what is common between all Tesla vehicles. Tesla makes 100% electric vehicles. They are not hybrids and do not use gasoline at all. Just like a gasoline car, when you run out of gas, with an electric car, when you run out of charge, you can't drive. This scares people because charging is new for cars, doesn't have the simple infrastructure of a gas station, and can take quite some time in certain circumstances. However, Tesla has a large advantage in this area over other EV makers because of their large supercharger network, which just passed over 30,000 stalls worldwide. By the time you're watching this, it's very possible that they have far surpassed that number. What's important to keep in mind is that the goal of electric cars isn't to charge at chargers like gas stations. The goal is to charge at home and rarely need to use a supercharger. For myself, I actually installed a home charger that splits off of my dryer outlet safely. It charges my car up overnight, saves me time at gas stations, is cheaper than gas, and the only time I ever worry about range and utilize the supercharger network is on a longer road trip, utilizing over 300 miles on the car's battery. As a quick note there, in 2020, I did a road trip from LA to Washington and back. It was super easy with Tesla's supercharger network, and supercharging is typically cheaper than gas. Tesla makes 4 cars right now, and each of them are built for safety. All of their cars have some of the safest ratings out there, with 5 stars in every category from NHTSA. The Model 3 and Y are 2 of the safest cars ever tested, with the Model S and X right up there as well. That safety applies to how the car keeps you safe in the event of an accident, but all Teslas include the autopilot system with automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane departure avoidance, and more. Those features prevent an accident, and then autopilot also includes auto steer to keep you centered in your lane, and traffic-aware cruise control. Those features together can drive you for a long time on road trips and keep you safe. On top of these features, Tesla sells a full self-driving package for $10,000. It currently adds a few features and promises more down the line. First is Navigate on Autopilot, a feature that chooses lanes and drives you from freeway on-ramp to off-ramp by itself. It works all right in my experience. Next is Auto Lane Change, where the car changes lanes for you. This is very helpful when in autopilot because you can initiate the lane change and then the car performs it for you. Then Auto Park, where the car parks for you when it pops up. Summon is where the car comes to you in a parking lot or out of a tight spot. This works all right, but often is more of a party trick than a useful feature. Traffic light and stop sign control, which will recognize and respond to traffic lights and stop signs with your help, is next, and then coming later this year, according to Tesla, is Auto Steer on city streets. It's important to note that last year Tesla said this feature was coming, quote, this year, and it didn't come then. Currently, it seems unlikely that it might come this year as well. Next year feels likely since they've been expanding the beta of this feature, but you can't count on it. It's always risky to buy a product for a specific future promised feature. However, that future promised feature is incredible full self-driving that can drive itself in almost every scenario. Tesla has been testing their full self-driving beta with a limited amount of customers, and it shows promise. It's not perfect though, and has a lot of work to be done before it can be useful. However, if it does come as Tesla has advertised, it should warrant that $10,000 price tag. Currently, however, my recommendation is that the package isn't worth the $10,000 for what it delivers and won't be until Tesla actually releases the features and proves their value. Keep in mind as well that Tesla has raised the price on this package multiple times and will likely keep increasing it because they see the value of full self-driving to be huge. Luckily, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk sends out a tweet to warn customers of this, so if you want to keep up on that, it might be worth following Elon Musk on Twitter. It's a software update that can be added at any time after purchase for no extra charge and at the click of a button on your phone. You do not need to buy it before delivery. They also now offer a subscription at $199 for this package, which is a good option. This feature is exactly the same on all 4 of their cars. All of Tesla's cars are built for the future. One of the most noticeable features in each car is the large center touchscreen that handles many of the vehicle's controls. With this screen handling a lot, it allows Tesla to push software updates over the air throughout the year to improve features. They come every couple of weeks, fix issues, and add features over time. Recently, Tesla added the ability to remotely view 4 of your vehicle's cameras from the app at any time on your phone, and that's a huge improvement that every Tesla owner from the last few years now has thanks to this software update. All Teslas receive these updates, so their cars stay up to date far longer than other vehicles typically do. Regarding the electric part of this car, many expect this to be a downside because it's a souped up golf cart, right? But electric cars are actually some of the fastest cars out there. The Plaid Tesla Model S just broke the record for the quickest accelerating production car ever with a 0 to 60 under 2 seconds. Even their big cars like the Model X drive incredibly fast, and the Model 3 and Y hold their own as well. This is thanks to their advanced drivetrain as well as instant torque that is only available from an electric car. There's no rumbling engine, the car is nearly dead silent, does not emit pollution into the air, and more. This means that you can run your car in your garage, camp in it overnight, and keep the climate running, and more. It also has one-pedal driving thanks to regenerative braking, which takes energy from braking and puts it back into the battery. When you let off the gas or accelerator pedal, it automatically starts braking, allowing you to simply use one pedal the majority of the time and save your brake pads. Then there is the lack of maintenance costs. There are no oil changes in Teslas and hardly any maintenance to do since the car lacks many of the parts that frequently need repairing in gas vehicles. Tesla isn't perfect though, so I typically find that the issues people have involve fit and finish issues with the car as delivered from the factory. These can be rattles, squeaks, and other things that somehow get delivered to customers and never should. I've had small issues like these on each of the 3 Teslas I've taken delivery of, but luckily, most were easily fixed by Tesla service. There are many benefits to going electric and many features enabled by electric cars that gas cars are incapable of performing. If you want to see a full video about that, you can check that out linked above or in the description below. Regarding rebates from the federal US government, an EV credit is currently looming and very well could pass by the end of the year with Tesla eligible. It seems that the current plan is for a tax credit with a rebate given on an outstanding amount, but the amounts, details for which companies qualify, and more have yet to be confirmed. We'll see what happens, but there should be a decent discount available on the Tesla Model 3 and Y soon. Additionally, it's worth looking up local incentives. Your state, local government, or even power company may offer an EV incentive after you purchase your car. Now let's talk about the individual cars Tesla makes. It's important to remember that I'll be talking about EPA range estimates. These are always generous. In the real world, your range will be slightly lower and vary depending on temperature, speed, and a number of other factors. Your driving habits will affect this as well. For me in my Model Y, which now has an EPA range of 330 miles as quoted by Tesla, I find myself truly getting about 50 miles less on a full charge driving in Los Angeles. Tesla's cheapest car at the moment is the Model 3. The Model 3 seats 5, has a standard trunk with an automatic liftgate and under storage, a front trunk for extra storage, and all matte black trim. The rear seats can fold down for pass-through storage, adding very solid cargo space when needed. It has an all-glass roof, wireless charging for phones in the front console, a vegan interior, premium audio, a USB drive in the glove box for Sentry mode security footage, heated seats, USB-C ports, 8 cameras around the car, and more. The biggest design aspect of this car is the clean interior with one main center display. It's a 15-inch screen that controls almost everything you do, even windshield wiper settings and climate control. The instrument cluster is the left side of the screen, so there is no instrument cluster directly in front of you in this car or the Model Y. It may sound scary, but you get used to it in about 2 days and will learn to appreciate the autopilot visualizations on screen as well. The base Model 3 used to be called Standard Range Plus, and now it is simply called Rear-Wheel Drive Model 3. This car has changed a bit for 2022. It gets a range of 272 miles with standard wheels, a top speed of 140 miles per hour, and a 5.8 second 0 to 60. This is actually about half a second slower than previous years. It now starts at $44,990 before any incentives. The only other differences for features with the standard range aside from the battery and rear-wheel drive are that it includes what Tesla calls a partial premium interior. You get slightly less premium audio, no LED fog lamps, and only heated front seats. The rear heated seats are in a software upgrade if you want to get that from the app, which is odd. The next model up is the long-range Model 3. If this will be your only vehicle, I always recommend getting the most range possible, and this is a great option. With standard wheels, you'll get 358 miles of range, a top speed of 145 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. All features are included, and you get the dual motor all-wheel drive upgrade, which is noticeable and useful. This model starts at $50,990 before incentives. For both of those cars, you can upgrade wheels if you'd like to the sport wheels, which Tesla actually configures by default on their website. However, I always recommend the stock wheels if you are fine with the design, since they ride smoother and provide more range. For example, that 358 mile range decreases increases to 334 miles with the $1,500 upgraded sport wheels. For those who want ultimate speed though, Tesla sells the Performance Model 3. This gets 315 miles of range, a top speed of 162 miles per hour, and a stomach-dropping 3.1 seconds 0 to 60. This car starts at $58,990 and comes with specific upgrades including the 20-inch Uber turbine wheels, performance brakes, a carbon fiber spoiler, aluminum alloy pedals, and lowered suspension. Those features only come with the Performance model. Then to finish out the Model 3, for all configurations of the Model 3, you can choose from 5 paint options. White and Midnight Silver Metallic are included colors for no extra charge. Right at this period of time, I personally recommend Midnight Silver Metallic since white has been the standard color for a while and is extremely common. Then Deep Blue Metallic is with $1,000 extra, Solid Black is $1,500 extra, and Red Multicoat is $2,000 extra. You can choose an interior that is all black, or for $1,000, a black and white interior. This interior looks great and is surprisingly easy to maintain the look of. I have always bought black, but every time I see a white interior, I wonder if I've made a mistake because it truly looks great in these cars. Lastly, you can add the FSD capability for $10,000. If you plan to buy this, depending on EV incentive price caps, you may have to work something out to take delivery without this package and buy later, so make sure to do your research there before ordering. The next car from Tesla is the Model Y. This is the Model 3's larger brother, and what you'll notice is that it's basically like a Model 3. When Tesla originally announced this car, they said it was 75% the same as the Model 3. Even though it's very similar, there are a lot of differences regarding cargo since the Model Y is a hatchback crossover SUV. It seats 5 or 7 depending on which package you buy. The 6th and 7th seats get added as a third row in the rear and can get the job done for some small children or adults. More on that configuration in a minute. The 5-seater is what I have, and it's very spacious. It has a hatchback trunk with an automatic liftgate, large understorage compartments, and side cubbies. There is also a large front trunk and all matte black exterior trim like the Model 3 has. It has a panoramic glass roof that is one large piece, meaning it provides even better views than the Model 3 since there is no beam down the middle that splits the roof. Nearly everything else in this car looks the same as the Model 3. It has the same vegan interior, premium audio, included USB drive for Sentry Mode security footage, heated seats, USB-C ports, and center display. Sometimes when seeing interior footage, it's actually tough to even tell this apart from the Model 3. Again, your instrument cluster is on the left side of the center display. The Model Y is much taller than the Model 3, a tad wider and a tad longer. It feels much more like an SUV, but still keeps the benefits of a smaller car. The ground clearance is higher than the Model 3, and you sit higher as well, feeling much more on top of the road. For me, the best part of this car is the versatile cargo space, with the rear hatchback including a lot of space and rear seats that fold down at the touch of a button. All Model Ys include the same premium interior. There's no model sold with downgrades like the standard Model 3. Tesla only sells 2 configurations of the Model Y in the US and most countries at the moment. The long-range dual-motor Model Y is the cheapest, starting now at $58,990 before incentives. It gets a range of 330 miles with base wheels, top speed of 135 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. You can also upgrade to the 20-inch induction wheels for $2,000, but again, ride quality will get rougher, and you'll lose 12 miles of range according to Tesla. Then for the long-range model only, you can choose the 7-seat option. This includes third-row seating for 2, easy entry into the third row with a sliding second row according to Tesla, third-row USB-C charging, fold flat second and third rows for cargo storage, and electronic fold flat releases in the trunk. For me, these seats are too small to be useful, but if you have small children, they could be a good option. If you want to go fast, the Performance model comes in at $63,990. It gets a 303-mile range, top speed of 155 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Similar to the Performance Model 3, it includes specific upgrades like an increased top speed, 21-inch Uber turbine wheels, performance brakes, lowered suspension, and aluminum alloy pedals. For either vehicle configuration, you can choose the all-black interior or black and white for $1,000 extra that again looks great. A tow hitch is available for the Model Y for $1,000 extra, and Tesla says that this is a, quote, high-strength Class 2 steel tow bar capable of towing up to 3,500 pounds. White or Midnight Silver Metallic are the included colors. Deep Blue Metallic is $1,000 extra, Solid Black is $1,500 extra, and Red Multicoat is $2,000 extra. Then again, if you want full self-driving, is $10,000 on top of that. The Model Y is quickly becoming Tesla's most popular car, and the Model Y is going to be the first car produced at both Giga Texas and Berlin when they open. For many, crossover SUVs are becoming the best option for versatility while not being the full size of an SUV, and I found the Model Y to fit this category incredibly well. I'm a drummer, and the Model Y has been perfect for loading drums into. I've folded the seats down countless times, and it's really great. So those are what Tesla would call their cheap vehicles for the time being, and they are by far their most popular as a result. Prices have increased this year, but with incentives looming and supply chain issues hopefully letting up next year, hopefully these will be more within reach soon. For the average person, either of those cars will absolutely get the job done. They are feature-packed, versatile, and include a long range, but if you have the money, the single center display bothers you, or you want more range, space, or performance, the Model S and X may make sense for you. Tesla just updated the Model S and X this year, so let's check out the latest versions of those cars. The Tesla Model S looks like this. It seats 5, has a hatchback trunk similar to the Model Y, but it's a low-riding sedan. It has the same type of panoramic glass roof as the Model Y as well. The seats are heated and ventilated, the rear seats fold flat and have great cargo space, and then there is the front trunk. Overall, the exterior looks like the Model S has for a while, but it's a bit wider, giving it a more aggressive look, and it has gloss black trim standard instead of the previous chrome trim. The Model X is a similar feel, but includes the wild falcon wing doors. It's a full-size SUV and seats up to 7. It also includes auto-presenting doors and a few features the Model S does not have. Inside the Model S and X, there's the main center display, but this is a large 17-inch display with higher resolution than the Model 3 and Y. This display feels even larger because there is an instrument cluster display right in front of you for speed, charge, time, autopilot visualizations, and everything that normally takes up the left side of the screen on the Model 3 and Y. You can see my full review of that car linked up here or in the description below, detailing the 22-speaker sound system, insane performance, noise canceling, air suspension, and much more. Overall, the updated interior, while simple, does give this car a very premium feel. The most controversial part of the Model S and X as now shipped by Tesla is that they include the yoke steering wheel standard with no option for a round one. For the Model S, this car now starts all the way up at $94,990 for the long-range all-wheel drive model. It gets a range of 405 miles, a top speed of 155 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. These are the specs for the 19-inch Tempest wheels, and you can choose to upgrade those to the 21-inch Arachnid wheels for an extra $4,500. The standard interior is black, but Tesla also sells white or cream interiors for an extra $2,000. One difference you'll notice here is that the long-range all-wheel drive model interior includes wood accents inside. This is no longer what Tesla offers for the next model up, Plaid. The Plaid Model S starts at $129,990. It's a tri-motor setup, gets up to 396 miles of range, a top speed of 200 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. That top speed, however, is only achieved with yet-to-be-released wheels and tires from Tesla, so the top speed as shipped is actually 162 miles per hour. That 0 to 60 time, however, makes it the quickest production car ever, and it includes a spoiler, quarter-mile time of 9.23 seconds at 155 miles per hour, 1,020 horsepower, 3 high-performance motors with carbon-sleeved rotors, and torque vectoring. For the Plaid's interior option, there is a black with carbon fiber accents standard, or you can upgrade to white or cream with carbon fiber accents for $2,000 extra. They offer the same wheel upgrade as the all-wheel drive model for $4,500 and the 5 standard Tesla paint colors. White is the base color, solid black is $1,500 extra, midnight silver metallic is $1,500 extra, deep blue metallic is $1,500 extra, and red multi-coat is $2,500 extra. Then, of course, you can upgrade to full self-driving for $10,000 on top of that. Last up is Tesla's largest and next to the Plaid Model S, their most expensive vehicle, the Model X. The Model 3 and Y are very similar, and the Model S and X share similarities in the same way. The interior of the Model X, from a driver's perspective, will feel incredibly similar to the Model S. The Model X has a much larger panoramic windshield than the Model S that currently extends above your head to enable incredible driver views. It has 4 doors, but 2 of those are the crazy falcon wing doors for rear passengers. It has more trunk space and is taller than the Model S, and Tesla offers 3 seating configurations for it. Regarding cargo space, Tesla says it has 91 square feet of cargo space, and that includes the frunk. The tow hitch is included with the Model X and has a 5,000-pound towing capacity. One more exclusive feature to the Model X is the auto-presenting doors, which open and close for you in the front seats. Pricing for the Model X starts with the all-wheel drive model at $104,990. With standard wheels, this gets 351 miles of range, top speed of 155 miles per hour, and a 3.8-second 0 to 60. Just like the Model X, you have 3 interior options: black, white, and cream, and these each come with wood accents on the all-wheel drive model. The more expensive Model X is the Plaid version, utilizing the same powertrain as the Model S on a larger vehicle, starting surprisingly cheaper than the Model S at $119,990. It's the quickest accelerating SUV in production, with a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, quarter mile in 9.9 seconds, 1,020 horsepower, 3 high-performance motors with carbon-sleeved rotors, and torque vectoring. The Plaid model gets a range of 335 miles and a top speed of 163 miles per hour. For interior options, again, it's black, white, or cream, but the Plaid model only includes the carbon fiber accents, not wood, and those upgrades to white or cream are $2,000 extra. For either model, the rest of the options are the same. You can upgrade the wheels to the 22-inch turbine wheels for $5,500 extra, and then choose between 5, 6, or 7 seats. 5 seats is standard, 6 seats costs $6,500 extra and drops your range a bit, and 7 seats costs $3,500 extra, while also dropping the range. Just like the Model S, white is standard, solid black is $1,500 extra, midnight silver metallic is $1,500 extra, deep blue metallic is $1,500 extra, or red multicoat is $2,500 extra. Full self-driving is the last option at $10,000. These upgrades can definitely add up to make the Model X extremely expensive. If you configure a Plaid model in red with 22-inch wheels, white interior, 6 seats, and full self-driving, you'll be pricing out the most expensive Model X possible for $146,490. It's pretty crazy how expensive the Model S and X are at this point, but they are clearly priced as Tesla's premium vehicles, and they do offer certain performance specs that are typically only achieved with cars costing over $1 million. So right now, Tesla's cheapest car is the rear-wheel drive Model 3, starting at $44,990. Their most expensive is the Plaid Model S at $129,990. If none of these cars fit in your budget, that definitely makes sense, and Tesla is planning to work on that in the coming years. What you may notice as well is that all of their cars have only gone up in price in the past year, but there are many factors at play here, and ultimately, when Tesla has more production capacity and their own battery cells manufacturing at scale, they plan to make a $25,000 EV. What's important to keep in mind with electric vehicles is that price entry points will likely stay above gasoline vehicles for some time, but they offer a savings that can offset that cost, especially with cheaper EVs in the future. There are less repairs, electricity is cheaper than gas, and more, so hopefully whenever that cheaper EV comes from Tesla, overall cost of ownership can end up cheaper than an equivalent gas-powered car. As I mentioned earlier, Teslas are great but not perfect. There are certain bugs with on-screen features, and they often deliver cars with fit and finish issues. These don't affect safety for day-to-day use, but just do not belong on cars as expensive as I just laid out. Long term, I think Tesla is going to fix these issues with their new, more advanced factories, but I always make sure to mention this for people who are extremely particular. As far as EVs currently available, I think Tesla makes the best options, particularly aided by their autopilot system and large expanding supercharger network, but many options will be coming from other companies in the next few years. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Tesla and electric vehicles, and I'll continue to review Tesla's vehicles as updates come out, so make sure you're subscribed to see the latest. In the meantime, if you want to see the latest for the 2022 Model Y, which seems to be the next one getting a couple big upgrades, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.